What's going on, guys? It's Hi, and today we are going to be installing the AMS Performance carbon fiber intake for the A90 Supra. To start with the install, we're going to remove the stock intake system. First, remove the temperature sensor connector. Pull up on the gray tab and press it in. The tab should now be unlocked and can be pulled out. Next, loosen the clamp holding the intake tube to the air box with either a screwdriver or a 6mm socket. Now, just wiggle the intake tube out of the way. The airbox is now free and can be removed. You can do this by first removing the lid, then the bottom. I personally like to pull the whole thing out at once. The airbox is held in place by 3 rubber grommets. Be aware that these grommets like to come out with the airbox. If this happens, just take them from the bottom of the airbox and place them back into the engine bay, like so. Next, we're going to remove the intake tube. This is connected at 3 different points. It's a bit difficult to show this removal, so I'm just going to take it out and show you what to do afterward. Here is the intake tube. It is held in place by a C-clip at the bottom, the crankcase hose on one side, and another electrical wire on the other. As you can see, the C-clip can be pulled out to a degree, but I found that the easiest way to get this section of the tube out is to just remove the entire clip and put it aside. With the CCV hose, it needs to be pressed in on both sides where the knurled section is and then pulled out. Finally, there's this other electrical wire. It's connected to the intake tube so it doesn't wiggle around. I found that the best thing to do is to take the cord out of the clamp that's holding it in place, rather than trying to take the entire clamp off of the intake tube. To open the clamp, open these 2 front tabs, then push the top part out. You'll now be able to remove the cord from the clamp. Next, locate the silicone coupler and 2 breeze clamps that are included with the AMS intake. Take note of the groove that's on one side of the coupler. Attach this grooved side of the coupler to the turbo inlet and tighten it in place with one of the breeze clamps. Put the second breeze clamp on the other side of the coupler, but don't tighten it down yet. Going back to the stock airbox, we're going to remove the intake air temperature sensor and transfer it to the AMS intake's carbon fiber intake tube. Make sure to use the hardware provided with the AMS intake and don't reuse the OEM hardware. Using the OEM screws can damage the carbon fiber intake tube. You'll need a T20 bit to remove the sensor from the OEM intake and a 2.5mm hex key for the AMS intake. Now that that's done, we're going to assemble the AMS intake. Locate the isolator and air filter. Slip the isolator over the intake tube with the logo facing the temp sensor. Then install the air filter and tighten the clamp at its base. Next, carefully slide the filter into the airbox and seal the intake tube into place with the isolator. Next, we're going to take the AMS intake and place it into the stock intake mounts, reusing the 3 rubber grommets. While doing this, be mindful of the intake tube as you'll need to slide it into the silicone coupler. Once the intake tube is in place, tighten the second breeze clamp that attaches the intake tube to the silicone coupler. Lastly, reconnect the temperature sensor and crankcase hose to the intake tube and we're done. There you have it, the AMS Performance carbon fiber intake installed in the A90 Supra. The install is fairly straightforward but can be a bit difficult as the workspace is pretty crowded and everything is held tightly in place. Just keep at it and you'll eventually get everything installed. At this point, I'm going to end the video with some sound clips. If this video has helped you out, make sure to give it a like. Don't forget to share this video and leave a comment down below if you have any thoughts or questions. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Thanks for watching this video and I'll see you guys in the next one.